Hey guys, this is Oracle Daphne. I'm back for the Whale Called Moon, and I'm doing a Two of Cups tea reading today. This is a dandelion tea reading. You can see there's dandelions in the tea, um, and it's not necessarily going to be divine feminine to divine masculine. This is just going to be looking for like more romantic, love related messages. So, I'm looking at two individuals here. This is going to be the feminine energy. This is going to be the masculine energy. So, however you resonate with this video, obviously it's going to be different for everyone, but that's how I'm making it, specifying it to begin with. And I am still posting on this channel, so if you are new and you really enjoy this content, please give it a thumbs up, drop a whale in the comments, and if you'd like to donate, you can always donate using one of my links to donate. They say Oracle Daphne because I have my other Oracle Daphne channel, but they are important so that I have the support that I need for being able to produce free content for everyone across my platforms. So yeah, I put all that stuff in the description box, and I do offer private readings. I'm still offering private readings. Eventually, in a short period of time, I anticipate closing my readings and going by donation. But you guys are more than welcome to reach out to me if you'd like to do a private reading if you've never had one with me. So I'm just going to start with the feminine energies, this cup right here, and look to see what I get. This cup has yerba mate in it as well, and a little lime. I started it earlier, and then I was like, I'm just going to combine the dandelion tea that I made with it. So it's a little bit different. This is straight dandelion tea. So let's look. What's coming through the feminine here? This is interesting. Okay, so I'm not sure, how you, I want to say resonate with having moments of mood or moments where you are maybe fed up a little bit with things in your life, but my guys are showing me the pic of it was a clip actually, or where Bethany Frankel was doing like a photo shoot and she was getting ready, and then she got fed up with this like sweater and like ended up tossing it out the window. And that's really interesting because I had a similar moment where I got fussy. I don't know, like I was just got into like a funky mood, and I ended up throwing something out the window that I had bought. Which is not normally me at all. But I had bought it, and I was so just like frustrated with the transaction that I had with the salesperson that I just ended up throwing it out the window. And so for some of you females, okay, like, and if you're watching, like, this feminine energy is kind of maybe going through a period in her life where she maybe has more moods than normal. Maybe her sleep is disrupted. I'm also being shown like for some, you could be like a new mom, or you could just be a tired mom, or you could just have, a lot on your plate. It feels like I all of a sudden, like, I saw something being thrown away or thrown out. Now, some of you feminines like are going to be kicking somebody out. Like, you're going to be kicking somebody out of the house or breaking up with them unexpectedly. It's that thing where, the feminine kind of goes a little bit, trips really hard and it throws like the masculine stuff out the window. Okay. I am seeing something literally being thrown out. Now, does that mean like this is like a bad breakup? It could be. You could be watching and this could be a bad breakup from hell, like where you're just like really fed up. Now, for some of you feminines who are single, you're maybe more fed up in your personal life or things going on in your life which are not making you happy. Like there's things that are not making you happy. Yeah, I'm just seeing like it's a little bit like the Ten of Swords in reverse, where there's so much pulling on your energy. And the Ten of Swords in reverse is actually one of my favorite cards because it represents things coming through at the last minute. But in the Ten of Swords in reverse, like she's fallen off a cliff and her dress gets shredded, okay, by the trees as she's falling, okay, and her dress gets caught by a thread, one little thread, and I'm seeing like a thread, like some of you have been dangling by a thread. This is a little bit hanged man. Maybe you've waited for things to come through and they're not coming through. It feels a little bit like some of you have been shredded. Like you're shredded by life, or you're shredded by a relationship, or you're shredded by a person in your life. And maybe you don't have time for things. Maybe you are doing too much. Maybe you're like trying to ask a partner, or trying to ask for help, or trying to get things done. I'm just seeing a lot of shredding here, shreds of things. You see this dandelion piece, like it's just shredded. But I do feel like the blessing is going to be that something's going to come through at the last minute, the last second. Like just when you were like totally SOL, you're like, I am totally SOL. There's no hope for XYZ, or there's no hope for a relationship, or there's no hope for whatever. Something's going to come through. It's not without its, damage though, because some of you have been really hurt by the things that have gone down in your life or in relationships. And I can see that. But like the element of the Ten of Swords in reverse that I do like is that it even though it's taken a long time to come through, it's going to come through. But it's just coming through kind of last minute. For some of you, this is something being thrown together also last minute. I'm seeing like last minute plans, last minute arrangements, changing plans. For some of you, this is changing appointments. I have to say personally, Mercury has been in Pisces. Before that, it was in retrograde in Pisces, so that's like scheduling nightmares. So for some of you who have had who are just kind of fed up maybe with your schedule, or maybe fed up with like having to make appointments for things, I don't know what those are, but making appointments for things are going to get better regarding the appointments, regarding the schedule. I typically don't like to even schedule clients during Mercury retrograde at all, and I certainly have felt Mercury in Pisces, even direct, has felt like a personal hell with regards to my schedule. So I personally think that things as far as scheduling and pickups, drop-offs, like all kinds of stuff like that, that's going to get better. It's going to ease out. For some of you feminines, this is a challenging time regarding having a sense of flow, or having a sense of direction. You might feel just frustrated with the direction of your life. I'm seeing a lot of scattered energies here, a lot of scattered, like I said, shredded energies. And you're kind of going, okay, Elizabeth, this was supposed to be about love and relationships. I say that it's hard to have a relationship when you yourself are kind of drifting, or you're lost, or you are struggling to find balance in yourself, in your life. For some of you, you don't want the responsibility of a relationship. It's sort of I don't know, I'm picking up a lot of actually non-committed people here, people that are dating, people that are maybe don't want to commit. They can't be held tied down to commitments because I don't know, it's hard to explain. I feel like there's an avoidance kind of energy here, whether that's you or somebody else. It's an avoidance. It's an avoidance to any kind of maybe responsibility. Now, I could be picking up a masculine's energy. Okay. There are feminine masculines. And if this is a feminine masculine, or if you're any way connected to a feminine masculine who is not pulling their weight and who is not doing their due diligence in some regard, or not treating you right in some regard, then that is, that could be also valid here with this cup. You could be dealing with an avoidant type person, but also the feminine might be reflecting that. Like, we all go through periods in our life where we're like adamant, like we're like, no, I don't want a relationship at all. Like, we're done, like done. And some of you, like, you're done having children. Some of you are done having relationships. Some of you are like not even wanting romance at all. I feel like there's certain things that are going to help you regarding the feminine energy. I feel like you need to get like a pet to help soften your energy, to help bring out the feminine in you. Even though the pet might be more responsibility, it does feel that it's going to soften your energy. I specifically am seeing, like the kind of energy of a dog that's very soft. They could have very fluffy fur. This could be retriever type energy, spaniel type energy. It doesn't have to be though, those are the first, dogs I saw, but like, this is just you need like a pet to bring out that softness. And it's going to sound odd, but like when you get a pet that softens your energy, I feel like you will attract in a masculine, because you have to be in that energy of softness to attract in the masculine. The masculines don't go generally for like a tough, really aggressive, sharp edged feminine who's avoidant and who's not interested in dating. So like, that's the shift that would need to happen. Those of you who are wanting to know about like longevity of somebody that you're dating, I do see like a lot of cuddle energy, like a lot of snuggling type energy, which is very soft in nature. And I do feel that maybe the love message is that there's going to be someone in your life that finds you very lovable, and or that finds you interesting. I want to say interesting, or who sees like a long-term potential with you. That's what I want to say. It's a very interesting message. Okay, so I have to get to the masculine because I'm going to run out of time here. So let's look at the masculine. What are the romantic messages? The love messages for this masculine. What's going on with this masculine? Okay, so like this couple of messages that want to come through right away is this masculine may have more than one option, okay? Or may have gone through a period of time where he had a lot of options, okay? And I feel like he's going to really cut everybody off. Like, I feel like he's going to become either super solo, super single, where nobody can contact him at all. It's like almost like going cold turkey on something. Or he's only going to be interested in you. When I say that, like if you're in a relationship to this masculine, okay? So, or if you're interested in this masculine. Those of you who are watching for yourself, I feel like you really need to go solo. Like, you need to be single or solo, or just like take a time out from the relationships that you have. Because I feel like there's so much going on in this masculine's love life that it's hard to really determine what he wants. And I don't even know if he knows what he wants. My guides are showing me a person that didn't know what he wanted out of relationships. He cheated with many people, and he enjoyed all of them. This is a person who's not going to choose based on whether the sex was good or whether the conversations go to whether, you know, you're attractive or not. This is a masculine who just is not choosing, who's enjoying every single person that comes along, or is enjoying the chase of every single person that he can get. To me, there's a lot of games here. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. This is more games than love. I would say it's like a 10-car pile up with regards to this masculine. I know that's probably not what you want to hear, but that is what I'm seeing. I'm getting also several other messages. One is that this might actually be someone who identifies as a gay or lesbian, okay, or something within that community. And if that's the case, I feel like there's going to be a lot of frustration here, because I feel like this masculine is not going to want to be committed. Or if like you were to be committed to this masculine is going to go out and sleep with other people. Even if they're in a commitment, they're in high demand is what I'm seeing. This person's in high demand. I'm also seeing there's a career element here. So this masculine might be very, very focused on career, not really even care about love or romance. Like this is a type of masculine who getting them to like get to be married or like really subscribe to, you know, what love and relationships would look like traditionally. This is not a traditional relationship, is what I'm saying. This is not a male who's focused on traditional relationships. This is a masculine who's focused on hookups, attachments, fashion. I see a masculine who's very focused on how they look and how they appear. Like I feel like they put on a really good show as far as how they appear and how they come off. Their appearance is very important to them. Some of you are kind of like really, I want to say enchanted by this masculine. You know, maybe they're very good looking. There's a part of me that wants to like be protective and tell you like to, I don't know, like to be cautious or careful or step away from this masculine. Because I feel like you're going to not see the red flags, or you're going to ignore like what he's telling you. Like if he tells you something, it's like you're going to totally ignore it because maybe you've fallen in love with him or in lust with him, or it's just, I don't know, like it doesn't necessarily feel like it's leading to love. It looks like it's more leading to confusion, and potentially hurt. Okay, I need to look at like what are some of the positive like things that might come through a masculine that's part of that scenario. Okay, let's just say we're dealing with somebody else. Okay, let's say we're dealing with someone who is, okay, so I was gonna say someone who's single. So what I'm seeing is like there's someone who is there. You might be watching for someone who's in a relationship, but they're not going to always be in that relationship. It's like someone who's going to become single is what I'm seeing. They may have baggage in some regard. They may have children in some regard, and they might really bring you back to life. That's what I want to say. They might be just the thing that you're needing. This to me has more of like a blended family type energy. They're really going to lift you up no matter what it is that you're going through. They're going to totally lift you up. You're going to feel weightless. I haven't seen this kind of energy in a long time, actually. This reminds me of some energy that I saw a long time ago. It's a weightless kind of energy. This is a masculine who is going to make you feel like you can do anything. Like, who's just like, no problem, it's too big. They're just going to lift you up. They might be really good with like words of confirmation, or just like making you feel good about yourself. In regards to this feminine, last energies, like, you know, messages regarding this feminine, like what are the like, let's just say this feminine is single and not, um, in another partnership, or not caught up in maybe unnecessary drama. Let's see. I feel like some of you feminines are going to be moving, and your love life is going to blossom after you move. I feel like some of you are going to, I want to say, get pregnant either before, um, during, or after a move. For some, it's even like traveling. Like, I see some traveling for the feminine. And I feel like the feminine is going to fall in love. The feminine is going to fall in love. And I do feel like it's going to be kind of unsettling when this feminine falls in love, because I don't feel like it's expected. I feel like a pregnancy is also not expected. This feminine falling in love is not expected. So I think that the energies here are very interesting today. I think that with this Two of Cups energy, you should, kind of keep an eye out for, I don't know, I want to tell the feminine to bring in their energy, and just try to take one day at a time, and try not to get maybe too scattered, and like really pull your energy in, and kind of maybe get a little bit organized, and not worry so much about, like, okay, like, are you going to meet somebody? When are you going to meet somebody? I definitely feel like you're going to fall in love, but it's going to be unexpected. You're going to meet somebody, but it's going to be unexpected. I also feel like for some of you, you're going to go to an event, and meet somebody at an event. The more active you are in the community, you're going to be like in the community somewhere. It could be at a coffee shop, but it looks to me more like an event, any kind of, maybe like a grand opening or a business event, chamber of commerce type thing. And you're going to meet somebody through that. That's how I see the feminine meeting a masculine. I've got to leave off here. Thank you guys so much. This is kind of interesting today to see how it turns out, but thank you guys so much. I wish you guys all the best. Definitely subscribe if you're new, and drop a whale in the comments, please. And thank you. I appreciate it so much. I send everyone big hugs, big kisses, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye, guys.